Are you ready for Q&A with TNA? And get your minds out of the gutter, too. There you go. There's the new intro, Todd. What do you think, man?
That is amazing.
All right.
Bob Vila was going to pop on for a second because it was so good.
Very nice. All right. Well, Aaron Montgomery. Let's see. Todd.
That is correct. Yes.
I got it right. I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah. We'll get
a post-it note up here that says point that way.
I'll make an arrow out of something here real quick.
There you go. So.
And there we go. There's my arrow that says point the other way. Yeah, we'll put that right there.
Cool. Well, we are from oursuccessgroup.com. So if you haven't checked that out, please do. You may have saw it in the intro there. We're scrolling through that front page. Down there's a place to put your information in to find out more as new things become available. We're stoked about the shipping. Ship happens, as you would call it, or shipping made easy.
Shipping made easy, man. That seems to be a popular subject right now, doesn't it? I was super impressed with the amount of questions that comments coming in. So I think this will be a fun one to do. Now, one of the things that I'm worried about is because there is going to be a lot in it. It's just. Because there's questions that came through. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't think about that. It was just like, here's shipping, here's this. But that might be one that we might have to, maybe, I don't know, figure something out, or here's a condensed version of it, or a long version. Because I think that could be a 5-hour thing on its own, just with everything that's out there. So,
we want to cover the entirety of it. We want to talk about, what you're doing on the front end, setting that up, how you're communicating that to your customers and things like that. And then, then getting into the tools of what do you need to use? How do you use it? What's some things to think about? I know people were asking about some international shipping.
Yeah.
ShipStation, Pirate Ship, Easy Ship, whatever.
Yeah. I started learning about Ship-O, the other day. So
Ship-O, yep. Yeah. There's a ton of them. Packaging, how to do packaging, what's the best way. I've been really fortunate to be involved with a ton of shipping as of the last 4 or 5 years, and maybe even longer. Actually, going back, it's such an interesting thing. You think about just shipping something, and you're going down to your post office, and mainly there's so much more to it. And there's so many little tips and tricks that we can give. So I'm really looking forward to that one for sure. But like you said, it's going to be a long one.
Yeah, because what I was thinking is, trying to put this together. It's like you could spend an hour just going on, between Pirate Ship, ShipStation, Ship-O, and the other ones, and just the differences between them. So I'm almost thinking that what we're going to hit is, the main points of things. We're going to answer the questions that were in there, and then, just as always, we're there to help you. So if you want to use a specific one, we're going to, help you go through it. We might have, a separate training on just packaging. Here's how packaging works and goes from that. This one is going to give you, a good general knowledge of how to ship something, how to package something and put it all together. But I don't want to. My fear is to have it go too long and have people zone out on it.
Too much information overload.
So I think we're going to hit the high points on it, and as usual, when you have training with us, hey, if there's something you need more help with, hey, just send us a message. I'm more than happy to help you with that part of it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to say when you're kind of getting that information overload, or there's too much stuff. It's drinking water from a fire hose.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
All right, well, let's check a couple comments here real quick, Todd, before we get going. You got some bouncy music going there. Yes, always fun to find free music that's actually not terrible. So free music meaning that we can play it on Facebook and not get kicked off of Facebook. So
I would have had something, with like a drum bass beat to it.
There you go.
And then with the flashing lights,
Yeah. Richard, afternoon. Thanks for joining us. And Renee, thank you for the kind words there. I threw that together. We'll talk about that here a little bit later. Dax, appreciate you joining us. And Tina, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Glad that you like it. Threw it together. We may have to improve the narration there a little bit, but hey, we got the gist of it, right?
Right. I mean, that's what this one was all about. The fun and trying new things. We'll get it all down, and
there we go.
And then we'll go from there.
Nice. All right, Marcy checking in as well. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, guys. Well, should we do our first question here? We're gonna dive right into some shipping stuff, I think, here first. So let's start there. Todd, question is, should we have and post a shipping policy on our website, and what should it include?
Yes. So On ours, it's standard turnaround time. Here's what shipping costs. Here's what standard turnaround time. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy or super long, because I guarantee you 99% of the people aren't going to read it until they have an issue with shipping, and then you send them back to it. So, you can put as much information there or as little, but I always put our timeline on it. Here's production time, and then, ship time is depending on post office, whether it's 3 to 5 days, 5 to 7 days, depending which way that they pick out. So, I just kind of give them a general area of timeline for expecting, and then plus shipping time. And then it's up to them on what kind of shipping that they choose.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. That's my same question. A lot of this, though, Todd, we're going to say yes, and then make sure that you're at the training on the 15th to get more details.
Oh, even better.
With this, yes, I agree. I completely. In fact, I think you need to have shipping policy. You need to have like a standard terms and conditions, returns, all that kind of stuff. Again, as Todd mentioned, nobody's going to read it. But when there is an issue, you can just refer back to it and say, yeah, this is our standard policy. You can check that out over on this page here. And but then work with them within that. So what should it include? Again, like Todd said, just what are some of the basics? What are the standards? What are some things like that? We will go into that in more depth and detail. In fact, I will put together. We'll put together a template that we'll give to the folks that are there at the training on the 15th. So definitely.
So that way you can throw it in there, change up a little what you need, and add it to your page. You'll be good to go.
Copy and paste, and there you go. Totally. All right. So we got that one covered. Let's see here. Maria, hello. Thank you for joining us. And look at well-established shops to get some great examples of what to include. Indeed. Good idea there. Pamela says, I'm here, but just listening with epoxy. I'd be curious to see how that goes. How do you listen with epoxy? Do you just hold it up to your ear?
Yeah.
Just kidding, Pamela. We're totally joking. Get that epoxy work done. Good stuff. All right. Just getting into shipping part. Tried ShipPirate probably, and worked just fine. So there you go. Cool. I've used ShipStation for most of my, outside of actually using like WorldShip or some of the actual programs that UPS and FedEx have. I've used ShipStation myself. Todd, what about you? You're a ShipPirate.
Pirate
man, I wish that snap camera thing worked. There was a cool pirate one that.
There's not one that was going to beat what I had. It was amazing. It was beautiful, and all
right. Christine says, don't forget to include shipping policies in your return policies too. A lot of people will expect your company to pay for returns when they want to return something just because they made a mistake in purchasing, not because you sent something incorrectly. Make it clear shipping is their responsibility on returns when they just don't want the product. So there we go. And I've got little captain in here. So
well, hey, it is 4 after 4. So
that's right. And after this, I'm having a meeting with my accountant. So there we go.
Even better.
He'll be like, oh, this is great. And he is coming on Saturday, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. He's coming on Saturday. He's on the West Coast, so I didn't want to make him wake up at like 5 a.m. to be there. So I moved it back to 10 a.m., trying to keep it pretty steady between 7 and 8 a.m. But this is a special circumstance to be able to get a real live practicing CPA, not just my dad, who was a CPA. Cheers. All right. You want to do another shipping one, or you want to jump to something else?
I didn't necessarily go through the questions, but I think any of the shipping ones, let's just forward them to Wednesday at the training, and we'll be able to answer them all there. Unless there's something that's
let's put them up here, and then we'll say, okay, hey, here's the quick, but here is the but then we'll talk more about that. So okay. Should we increase shipping costs a little so that we can add insurance?
Yep.
Todd, you want to start?
Yep. Yeah. If depending on which way you use, some includes shipping or some includes insurance. If you have to add insurance, anytime I have to add anything, that's what shipping and handling is. It's the other part of it, packaging, insurance, things like that. So yes.
Okay. So I agree that you should. I would look at it as obviously there's a lot of factors, but in the e-commerce world that we're in here, I would include it into the cost of my product. So there you go. Todd, everything okay over there? You've now frozen in a very funny looking, at least on my end here. So I think we lost Todd, and it is the most hilarious pause that I've ever seen. So we'll have to get a good screen capture of that one. All right. And maybe it's on my end. Who knows? Somebody text me if it's on my end. All right. I'm going to just go with the fact that I'm still live and Todd is gone. And I'll just keep talking if that's the case. All right, so let's see here. Marcia says, I have a handling fee. Yep, it helps cover insurance and packaging material. Good stuff there. All right, let me get the, oops. Okay. Okay, good. It is Todd that is frozen, not me. If I'm frozen too. Yeah, Todd's frozen. He's deep in thought, Rena says. Oh, Todd, that's funny. He looked up like something was happening. So, okay, good. I am live. All right. He looked up like something was happening. So I hope everything's okay. I may actually just send him a quick note just to check in, make sure that he's okay. Thank you, Christine. I was actually filling it up too. All right. Thank you, Renee. Got it. Perfect. Okay. So let me get to the next one. We'll keep going with this, and Todd will be back in just one moment. And here we go. Boom, boom. Show, how should we handle returns? Do we offer flat rate, exact cost, or free? I think there's a lot of different ways you can do this. One thing to think about, though, is in our business, when we're making personalized products, returns are not something that I actually want to deal with. I normally would not accept returns. Again, we'll go into a lot more detail on this on the 15th. But if this is a custom product, they're signing off on it. So there are no returns if they just don't like it. Now, if there's a manufacturer's defect or something's wrong with it, certainly we're going to do returns. And at that point, though, since it's a custom product, you don't need to get it back. Don't waste that extra shipping to get it back. Just have them dispose of it, donate it, whatever, and then correct the problem and send them a new one. But returns definitely something we'll add in to make sure that we're covering pretty heavily. Just Todd says we lost internet. We'll be back soon. Storm just struck. All right. Well, it's bright and sunny here. So, all right. So that's that one. Let me get to the next one. And sorry. Normally I'd be doing this while Todd's talking, but trying to do two things at once. See, I can't do all this. I don't even know. All right, here we go. Should we even entertain international shipping? A lot of this is going to depend on what your market is, what you're really shooting for. If it's not really something you want to be doing, I would just be really careful with it. International shipping is such a challenge. The problem is that I found with international shipping is you can't just do flat rate. Like I could ship up to Canada, and I could ship something that's basically what we would think is in the same city, and it'll cost 50 to 60% more because it happens to be on a different route, rural route, something like that. So international shipping is one of those things that's definitely a challenge. And with that international shipping today, it's even more of a challenge because now you also have to navigate what countries you can and can't ship to. And there's a lot to it. So international shipping is just one of those things where, yes, if it is part of your business plan, if it's, your market, you can service and gain more business by shipping internationally, then great. But if you're not, then I think you might be better off avoiding international shipping, especially when you're starting off. Todd is back. So for now, I have to bounce so we can get the T&A right again.
Yeah, that was amazing. I heard it. I was like, well, what the hell's that? And because looking out the door, it's actually sunny. But next thing you know, you hear the hail and the sleet, and then I see the dog panting, freaking out, and hear a kid, and I'm like, well, what just happened? And then the internet went and the power flickered, and good times, man. Welcome to the Midwest in the spring.
Indeed, that is a lot of fun. All right, so let's see here. We got a few more comments. I think we covered what we needed there. Said no Christine says custom, no returns. If it's off the shelf, depends on if you made the mistake or they want to return for some other reason. If you made the mistake, free, otherwise they pay for it. Yeah, have some sort of if you are going to do returns and you are going to allow returns on kind of off the shelf stuff that you could resell, there's no reason you should not have a restocking fee, because you're going to have to get that back in inventory. You have to handle the product again, all sorts of things like that. So Marcia says, I have no cancellations or returns. Only one person out of 500 wants to balk. I told her I could remake it to suit her if it was a gift, but no charge. So there we go. Good. Yeah, storm coming here as well, Pamela. So hang in there, be safe. Hopefully the hail goes away and doesn't destroy your car or anything. Is your car outside, inside, Todd?
Oh, it happened too quick. I mean, like I said, it's sunny outside. It just we've been battling it for the last day, where it looked like it was going to do anything, and right when it gets to the river, it kind of split. It went north and south of us, and went through it. So we had great light show from the lightning, and even earlier we've been outside, because it was great. So about 3 o'clock, it dropped probably 15 degrees. It felt like, and we knew it was coming, and it stayed sunny, and it just it's still sunny now. But hey, there's hail, so awesome. Yeah. I think it's fine, whatever.
Okay, all right, good. Marcia says, I had to go through shipping to know what to charge by country. It's a pain, only 2 sales. Christine says, smaller things can be shipped postal service. It's fairly easy. We ship patches to people in Europe using the post office, and it worked without too much problem. Our site is set up that we quote shipping when European orders are placed. Does not happen automatically. And I've definitely shipped a lot of things internationally via the post office too. The one thing that I would caution people with there is to understand that you need to be building a little bit of extra into that, because when you're shipping that way, things get lost in customs all the time because it goes through a different route, and there's really not a lot of recourse. So I've had to eat a lot of things where we've shipped them post office overseas, and they're like, oh, we never got it. And basically what happened is they didn't want to pay the customs fees, so they left it there, and
nice. Yeah,
that kind of thing. And then you end up eating it and buying it. So
I've done it a couple times with Pirate Ship, shipping shirts for a car club overseas, and so far good luck. But I'm able just to do it right through there, so that's not bad.
All right. So this next one, Todd, will pop up there, and maybe just give a quick, but definitely something that we'll be covering on the 15th. So just your quick overview here. What shipping companies do you recommend? Traditional ones, FedEx, UPS, Postal Service, or other companies, and why?
Holy moly, that could be a whole show on itself. Well, because we use we use FedEx, we use UPS, we use USPS, and we use Speedy Delivery. So each one of them falls into their own category. Saturday deliveries we usually do through FedEx because they will deliver on Saturdays most times. UPS, not so much. USPS, sometimes next day isn't necessarily next day. And so even though you're spending the $35 to get something there the next day, still be 2 days out. So that's when we go to FedEx, because FedEx usually seems to have our cheaper rates for us for our next day stuff. So I think it just depends on what you're shipping, how big it is, how much it weighs, and where it's going to.
Yeah. And when you mentioned the Saturday delivery with FedEx, that's only to a home now. Mm-hmm. So that's their home delivery. Yeah. So there's definitely lots of things to think about in there. I've used all of those: FedEx, UPS, Postal Service, DHL. What I'm really waiting to see, and I haven't seen a whole lot of it yet, but a drone, or the shipping because of Amazon, because of e-commerce and all this other stuff, shipping is just such a mess in this country. And it's so ripe for somebody like, Amazon tried. They were going to try to use their Prime delivery and then, do shipping as well. But they can't even get their own Prime delivery down. They're right. Still blowing that. So it's like somebody needs to do an Uber style shipping. It's like, I just, here's my package. It's like Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever. Here's my package. You're driving across town or whatever.
Yeah.
Some guy in a truck's coming by that's going up to Chicago.
We've done that with courier service where we've had somebody that was going back and forth. There was friends of ours out in LA. They did that a lot with. There was buses that go back and forth between LA and LA, San Diego, and San Francisco and stuff. People going one way, so here you go. Yep, that sort of thing. Is they're just going up there for the day, so you'd have it, and that's what they do is just take it up there with them, and you throw them a couple extra bucks. But you're once again, you're going to pay for that, and you're going to pay good for it. If I'm ordering something here and having it today, later on today, that's an amazing thing. And people that have Amazon Prime that are in that circle that can order by noon and have it by 4, man, like right now, this is when you're really.
Hold on, Amazon, stop. You found the magic word.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, keep going. Sorry.
But right now they're really hurting because they're used to ordering stuff by 12 and getting it by 4, and now not everything is coming. So my neighbor's a postman, and he says that he's still delivering a ton of Amazon things. So he doesn't know how they're deciding what goes and what doesn't go. He goes, because a lot of stuff he's sending through is not essential merchandise. So I think it's just hit and miss of what's in stock, where it is, and I figured by now they'd have everything figured out. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see what they're doing and how they're managing that. And I don't know. I certainly don't feel bad for him. Bezos has got more money than God, so to speak, and so let him figure it out.
Yeah, what he make like was like $13 billion in like 10 minutes one day. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think he needs a stimulus check. So
yeah,
really don't feel bad for him.
But you guys think he stuck with something. It started in '94. When .com bubble bust, he kept going through it. Saw where a place needed to be, and one of his accounts that he helped out was Toys R Us. They thought the internet was a fad and it wasn't going to be good for them, and so they let Amazon handle that part of them, and we see who's where now. It just he stuck with his vision. So hey, more power to him. He put in the work to get the money, and now if he wants to buy small islands just to have fun on, hey, that's my goal right there too.
Yeah. Oh no! I like I said, I don't feel bad for him. I envy him, and I want to be there, but I don't feel bad for him.
Right.
All right. Let's see here. The next one, Todd. Do you buy shipping supplies and package your items, or should you go with like a pack and ship provider? Which ones?
I do it all in house. It's just more control, faster, easier. You can. I'm not shipping to a volume of enough where I'm taking pallets to somewhere else and having them do it. I think that's where you would do something like that, but. Unless you're doing, pallet upon pallet of stuff every day, there's no reason that, to send it out.
And even then, if you are, I mean, I just still don't see the real value there. I mean, that should be something that if you're doing pallets of that stuff a day,
you just have a shipping department.
You're hiring a shipping person that or a young person that can do that in the afternoons after school or something like that. It's definitely something where I just don't. Personally, I don't see the value of using a service like that. I mean, it'd be one thing depending on what you're packaging, how you're packaging, but I would definitely do it yourself. And the other thing I would say, and I think we've talked about it in some of the comments already, is that's part of your cost of making the product. That bag that you're shipping in, or the box that you're going to package in, the tissue paper if you're making it pretty, all that stuff, that's part of your cost. So when we went through that in the 5 keys, if you guys didn't get a chance to go through that first 5 keys with us, Todd, we talk about that. We have places in the spreadsheets that you get there where you plug that stuff in, and that's part of how you're pricing your product. So, if you didn't go through that first 5 keys, reach out to us. We'll show you where to go sign up and buy that previous one so you can get caught up with that stuff. So.
Yep.
All right. Next on the agenda here, Todd, we're going to just go down through all of them here, and I think we're going to get through most of them. So 24 minutes, we're this whole 30-minute thing.
We can stop.
We 15, right?
For the next time,
I know, but we've got good ones here. I want to answer all these.
You look at these like an email. Got to answer. I'm like, time's up. Got to go.
You are 100% right. I can't sit here and It is. This is like having unopened email.
And I'm like, see you tomorrow, folks.
if this thing isn't cleared off, and because I color code them red once we've answered them, I just can't do it. It just gives me the heebies.
Before, I'm just gonna delete all but 3 of them, and then I'll re-add them afterwards.
There you go. That's probably the only way to. Yes, I have a problem, so I need to see somebody about that.
Come on, ask more questions. We don't have any. Well, you answered 37 of them today. So that's an issue.
Come on, now. There's got to be more questions out there. So we might not get to all of them, but all right. Time management, Todd. How much time do you spend on each social media platform? Do you post to all of them each day, or focus on the ones customers are interacting with you?
So I try to post on all of them each day. And as far as spending time on them, it depends. Like right now, there's more, there's more things, more downtime. So you spend more time on that, and you find, sweet videos that are amazing to watch, and other ones that aren't. But you're just, you're getting your work done. You're still putting your time in there. I'm focusing on the ones that, people are interacting with, and some that are not, because just to stay consistent, be out there. Maybe it just, takes, seeing that message enough times for somebody to hop on there. But I'm still trying to get on there. I still try and schedule my post once a week to, post out for the week. So I'm good to go with that. Then I forget when I do that, and then I have other things post up. So I almost said it again, but that's how I do it. Let's just end it there, and I'm done.
Okay, good. Well, that's good stuff, Todd. All right. So Renee says, Aaron, leave some for the next Q&A. All right. I'll do my best here. Martha, hello. Thanks for joining us. All right. Well, Todd, do you happen to have the list up in front of you by chance then? Do you want to pick out a couple more?
I can do that on my handy dandy phone here. But then I'd have to copy.
You want me to answer the question from you?
Yeah, but I did see the one about Dax. Let's go with that one too, because
okay.
When I was I kind of saw the same thing, and I was like, oh well, hey. And I know you're very heavily involved in that, so I think this is a perfect question for you to answer. Go.
Okay. All right. So, oops. Come on. Where'd you go? There we go. I received the email from Dax, and I'm confused as to how the classes will be structured. All right. So here's what I know, and this has been a bit of a it's hilarious to see what goes on behind the scenes of these things with all these speakers and everything going on like that, and then dealing with Scott and Margie. They're fantastic, and they're trying to get it all together. The speakers are great, but it's like herding cats, like trying to get
I saw a Budweiser commercial. They herded cats just fine.
I know, but apparently that's the only way you can do it is with Budweiser.
So. Yeah, so you got to give them beer.
The only way. So anyhow, these speakers are great, but some of them are not, as savvy when it comes to some of the stuff. So I've been doing like practice sessions with a bunch of them so far, and we're getting there. There's definitely have to, talk them through some things. So it's good. It's good. So here's the plan from what I know. And again, Scott may have a little different idea. So this is what I know. They are going to be offering these classes as an online class. I'm actually producing and hosting those for them through the Decorators community. And so if you are signed up for one of the seminars actually at the show, then you are also able to watch these seminars and then partake in these webinars. Sorry, webinars, not seminars. So when the shows happen, the seminars will still be happening as they were planned. These are just an extra, kind of extra for two reasons. One reason being, if for some reason they do need to cancel one of the shows, Minnesota's looking a little bit dicey right now. I don't know all the details, so I'm just going from what I know. I'm not saying, not by any stretch of the imagination, that it is going to be
everything that's going on.
Just with everything that's going on, the timing of it, because really they had to go with Memorial Day weekend because that was the only time available, and if that falls apart, it's not looking good. So that's one thing. So they still want to, they're big time into education. They still want to make sure that they're providing the education. So to be able to do that through a digital platform like this, I was excited to be able to help them out with that. I've got this technology. We do this stuff. Why not? So, so that's what I know. Now, how that affects Chicago, the Chicago folks, that's the part that still is a little bit confusing to me too. I think really what he's doing is just basically saying, you want to watch this too, and you signed up for a seminar at Chicago, then you're in. I will get some way, shape, or form, get some better answers out of Scott. Maybe I will just get him on a live video or something like that and see.
Yeah, that's kind of how I read it too, was that if you signed up for something at Chicago and you signed up for the seminar, then you also got the video of it as well. So, even it doesn't matter because it's going to be completely, even though it could be the same content, it's going to be completely different because you're gonna see this one way versus being live there that. So I think they're going to have to, some of the seminars they're going to have to change up the way they do things to make it work in this format. So I think it's going to, you're going to have good information and completely two different things. So that was kind of the way that I read it too. Was, because they don't know what's going to happen. Here's what we know we can do, and hey, guess what? If we still get to have this, you get to go to that too. So good luck.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So my understanding of it is this is kind of extra for the people that have made the commitment to the seminars at the shows. Again, as a just in case extra bonus kind of thing. So we'll see. Christine says, I'm trying to decide if I resent being called a cat, being referred to as a cat. Christine, I was making a more broad general statement. Christine was no problem at all. So she needed no hurting.
Great. I was waiting, I didn't want her to get the claws out.
Yeah, the claws. No, it's great. But again, all sorts of people that have not done this stuff before. It's new. We're learning new things. We're trying different things. I mean, Scott and I were just trying to figure it out ourselves. He's like, and I'm like, well, let me know how I can help. And then he's like, well, what if we did something digital? I'm like, okay. And then I started thinking about it. I going, well, you know what? Heck, I do this, right now every day. Why not? Right.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure some of the ones that haven't done this before, it's something completely new to them. And then once they realize the power behind it, it's something that they can definitely take to them and realize, hey, I can start doing more of these myself. So, it's kind of a win all the way around. Training for everyone.
Sorry, I just got a message of something that I'm going to need to put on the screen here.
Oh, this was great.
This is going to be awesome. All right, here we go, Todd. Are you ready for this picture?
Okay.
This is how you were frozen for a while.
Yeah, because I heard it. I heard it.
But that look up in the sky like you're pondering something is amazing. Tina, thank you so much. You were wonderful. I love it. All right. Okay, good. So and Christine said, good save, Aaron. Phew. No, I'm kidding, obviously. All right, what else, Todd?
A good save. What are you kidding about?
Well, that I was that worried about it because I wasn't actually being mean. All right. Any other ones on there we should try to answer here?
No, I mean, we can save mine.
You want to save your question for later?
I mean, how long is it going to take you to answer it? Or you want to go make a video of it? You want to tell me about it?
You know what? I will. How about this? Better. We'll give you a little teaser. We'll give you a little taste, and then you come back tomorrow. So it's kind of like we're drug dealers. We're giving you a hit, and then you come back tomorrow, right?
I've never done drugs in my life, so I don't know what this drug dealer reference to.
This is just what I hear. Okay, this is
what the kids tell me. I guess
this is what those young kids are telling me how they do it.
Those millennials that complain about everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They've been through 2 crises in their life.
Yeah. All right. So here's the question, Aaron. Can you make a demo video showing how to make an intro video for StreamYard? I can, and the fun part is you can do this a lot of different ways. So if you want to just have it be, pictures with music in the background or whatever. So there's definitely a lot of different ways. The other thing that I used to do was just put a still picture over the top, like we do here, and then have music play in the background. But that's only if you've got a sound mixing board, and I don't actually have that plugged in here at home. So I'm just doing it from video platform. The one I made today took me about 5 minutes, and I made it on a. Huh?
I can tell you killed it in 5 minutes.
It was easy. We'll have to again. We might need to work on the narration. I had to right in the middle of me saying part of it. My son just came in from riding his bike and apparently had a great time and was singing as loudly as he could. So I had to try to cut that out and make all that work. So anyhow. All right. So that's it. Yes. So we'll we'll talk more about that tomorrow. And
Yeah, that could almost be a whole show, I'm assuming, on how to walk through and do it, because we're keeping these, 15 to 30 minutes, and we are
35 minutes.
Yeah.
40 minutes, an hour, apparently.
Right.
All right. So, now I did manage to plow through most of our questions, though, folks. So, sorry about that.
But tomorrow's demo day, so
tomorrow's demo day. It only took me 5 minutes to do the whole thing. So to show somebody how to do it should be
like
even
15.
less.
Yeah, it's like 15 because you got to go. It's like anything. To do something. Think like, to bake cookies only takes 20 minutes. To show somebody how to bake cookies is like 3 days. It's a process.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. All right. So that leaves us just. Oh, you know what? Nope. We did. No, we didn't do that one. Okay, cool.
Ooh, we got questions.
We do have questions. All right. Yeah, Christine says bonus time is pretty much a regular thing. I at this point, I'm not even sure you could call it bonus time, though. I mean, it's pretty much regular time, and we just pretend like it's bonus time.
Yeah, that's because there's questions on the board, and Aaron has to answer them all. So if you really want,
I'm closing the spreadsheet right now. I can't do it.
Yeah, and any question counts. So, I mean, you could ask 100 questions, and you're just going to stress Aaron out. So, hey.
I love it.
It can be amazing.
Yeah, I love it. Let's do that. And speaking of that, all right, here's where you go. Right down here, go to oursuccessgroup.com/QA and get your questions. And any questions, it doesn't matter. They can be about your business. They can be about, our goatees.
I think I'm shaving.
You're kind of clean. Yeah, you got real cleaned up around the wedding time, and then
yeah, I think I'm gonna shave my head, and I'm gonna shave this. I think I'm gonna do.
You're going full?
Yeah, I think 1,000 subscribers at YouTube. I'm gonna shave it all off.
Wow. On over where? Over at
over both. Let's do them both. That way I can have it a little longer.
Okay, we need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
But I can't get rid of it. I've had it since I was like 16 or 17. So I mean, they've had it. It's part of me. But yeah, I can shave it off because then I can do the sweet, Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
And I'll definitely cut my hair that way first and get rid of that first part. But I was looking at that. I'm like, I kind of have a nice shaped head, so it wouldn't look bad bald. But man, I need to grow this out more so then I can do the comb over on both sides. Get it there,
I don't know if I could. Oh man, I love my hair. So even though I've got the 5 head going on.
Yeah, well, I had luscious hair and then it went away. I went back.
So luscious.
Now I had sweet, like if anybody's seen my logo, that was what my hair looked like. I had it.
Oh, that's right.
I had it good out to here. It was about 4 to 6 inches out and nice spikes in that. And actually, one of our friends sent me the picture not too long ago of it. And man, I had some awesome thick hair. It was amazing. And now not so much. So maybe it's just time to just say goodbye because I don't think I'll be going to be in to see my stylist anytime soon to get it done. So
yeah, I do the home haircut with trimmers, clippers, and
Flowbee.
Yeah. Oh man, I always wanted a Flowbee. I've thought about it so many times.
You buy everything you see on TV, then?
Oh, I do, 100%.
So why do you not have one?
I know. It was one of those things. I think I was in my I was like 18 or 19 when that first came out, and I was seeing it all the time. And the problem was I just didn't have enough money to buy it back then. And then every time I think about it, I realize how silly it is. So.
But let's see. It's eBay has it for $3. Let's see. What's it take to order one right now? You can get it for $100, man.
It was like $100 back then too. What the heck?
They haven't even had inflation or anything.
And it was like 3 easy payments, and
it's probably 3 easy payments of $100.
Yeah, I think it was. It was like $40 a piece,
and they're back ordered too.
Oh man!
So
who knew? Who knew the Flowbee would be so?
I can go to eBay and get one for $300, $350. What is? Yeah.
Sharon says our family is trying out for The Hobbit. Very cool.
I don't know what that means.
Help us out with that a little bit, Sharon. But that sounds really cool.
Like as far as like they're growing toenails out, like that kind of thing. Or I don't know.
Like something I'd be willing to try though.
Yeah, see, it's kind of with a Flowbee. Sharon, we got to see videos of this because I think.
Oh, see, yeah, I could totally go for that. All right. Somebody's calling me. Okay. Sharon said, no, I was being silly. Okay.
No. Yeah. So Floby, yeah, that could definitely go on the
We're
list.
never silly around here, Sharon. Come on.
Yeah. The Floby, there's the Pocket Fisherman too. That was, I think I have one of those in my garage. The round Pocket Fisherman, it was the fishing pole that was about that big that you could put in the glove box. It opened up and stuck the tackle in there. It was brown and white.
I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah, it was the biggest piece that there was. But
I had a Chia Pet.
So. Yeah, I was a sucker for all that stuff every year. Or every time that there's nothing on them now. There's cable, that has lots of good stuff on every night. But back then there wasn't so much. You got to like midnight, and then you'd get your second viewing of the news, and then it was infomercials for the next 4 hours. And there's some awesome stuff on there.
I do have one of those little like plug-in cooktop stoves that you can like put your hand on, but then the certain kind of pans get hot. I can't remember what those things were called.
I had the Showtime grill, the set it and forget it. See, Renee?
Oh, nice. Yeah. Renee had the Pocket Fisherman too. See, I missed that one. Okay. All right. So Todd, I think that's about it. Hold on. Wait, one more.
Oh, could you imagine that light?
Pamela says my mom worked at a scene on TV store. I have more crap than one should.
Could you imagine working that store? I mean, how many Billy Basses were going off at the same time? That would have been amazing.
Yeah. All right, Todd. The other thing that I've got posted to schedule to come out, I can't remember exactly when. I think it's a little bit later on this week, but we'll give everybody here a little sneak peek. I don't know if you're going to be in for this, because it may take away from but
what the hell is that?
Body workout challenge.
What?
If you go over, just make sure you're following along over at our Facebook page over there at facebook.com/OurSuccessGroupPro.
Oh my God, look at all that stuff.
It's just 60 seconds every hour.
It's going to take 60 seconds to get my 60 seconds and jumping 60 butt kicks. 60 seconds of burpees. Jesus, I'm going to die by 2.
But come on, my wife's doing 100 burpees a day right now. She did this 30-day challenge. She's a better person than me, but
yeah. Push-ups, 60 seconds worth. Like, can I just holding? So you're gonna provide videos of how to do all these correctly? Am I?
Well, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Hold on, not correctly, just how I do it.
Well, that doesn't count because my jumping jacks I can do sitting here.
Well, I'll do the full. I'll have the full view, but then who knows if my form is all that great. All right. So anyhow, stay tuned for that coming soon, and I don't know. We'll figure out how. Maybe we'll make that 5-7 day challenge, something like that, Todd.
I'm tapped.
Todd's out on that one.
Yeah. I guess. Remember when I said I would die someday?
Watch Tiger King if you'll do that for 5 days with me.
Deal.
Okay. Damn it. I was hoping you'd say no.
Because I want reactions after each one of them, because I know what happens in each episode, so I'll know you're
I'm just watching one.
What?
Just the first one.
What? You're expecting me to do this for 5 days? From 9 to 5?
It's only 60 seconds for 5 days. That's like less than
seconds. There was 5 hours. So now we're into 5 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 times 5. It's less than 45 minutes.
9 minutes a day, 40. Yeah, that's a lot because you got to
45 minutes total over 5 days.
That's worth the full season of Tiger King, homie.
We'll discuss more later. So
Christine, yes, there is.
So OFG is starting off soon. OFG, welcome.
Yeah, I think OFG would stands for something else. OFG, I'm dying.
Burpees are evil. Just saying, everything else I'm good with, but I hate burpees. They're not fun. And like I said, my wife's doing 100 a day. Now she's not doing them all at one time, but last night she had gotten to the end of the evening and hadn't done any yet. So I was sitting on the couch eating Dairy Queen while she was doing 100 burpees. I was like, "You're doing good."
And she gave you this piece of paper and said, "Guess what? You're in."
And then Christine says, "I don't think there's anything that would make me watch Tiger King."
It's a riveting documentary.
Riveting.
It is. It is. I mean, there's so many things to it. Like, we could go on and on about the fun and the excitement of it. And I think, in this time, everybody needs a little smile in their life, and that's gonna help you. I'm trying to bring smiles, and Aaron's trying to bring heart attacks. So,
Hey, whatever you're into,
Yeah, whatever.
All right, guys. Well, in all seriousness, though, if you guys do need anything, have anything going on, we're here to help anytime you need us. Right down there, whatever, success@oursuccessgroup.com. Just hit us up. I think that's enough damage for one day. We're 46 minutes in now, so
yeah. Well, we
only did Q&A for like 15 minutes, though.
Right.
The rest of it was just us shooting the breeze.
What time we want to go tomorrow? You got a time frame in mind there?
I put something on my calendar, but now I can't remember.
Oh, our fitness group.
Yeah, I can't remember now. I can't freaking find it. Hold on.
Well, I know at each hour you're going to be dying, so that's all.
Well, I had it down for 5, but I'm pretty open tomorrow, so
I'm open as well. So if we want to go anywhere from 3 to 5 works for me. So you figure out the time, you put it up there, and
all right. Any votes out there? Those that have hung out through all the baloney here at the end. Any votes for timing tomorrow? Central time.
Central time. Anytime between 3 and 5.
Yeah. Christine says exercise helps you avoid heart attacks, or so my cardiologist tells me.
Well, they're just there to make money.
Do you believe Todd or a cardiologist?
I mean, I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
So. That is awesome.
I mean, right. I'm just going to say, I know somebody that was in perfect shape and would hike and run and do all that, and they died on a trail, just keeled over and died. So I don't know, If you've ever noticed, when they have those stories of like the 104-year-old lady that smokes a pack a day and still drinks a lot, those are the ones that are going.
There we go. Kelly says, we are all open. That's a good point, Kelly. Good point. Pamela, same time as today. So there we go. 4:30.
I can do 4:30.
4:30 it is.
Yep. Works for me.
Thanks, everybody. We will be back with our cool intro again tomorrow.
And show you how to create that cool intro.
We'll do our best. Or we'll just have that look.
That's the storm is a-coming.
The storm is a-coming. The other thing that we'll have to do a training on is how to make it so it doesn't look like you're in an ISIS video.
I just need to order a green screen from somebody who built a website but didn't really put out the info on it for other people to purchase them from. So
it is I can't remember the name of it now. Dang it. Terrible.
I want to make this website to sell green screens. What's the website? I don't know. I think it's like green screens from here.
I'm not that passionate about selling green screens. I'm more passionate about oursuccessgroup.com. How about that?
Yes, we do.
I think it's livevideogearinfo.com.
Maybe that'll be.
Maybe it's live video gear. I don't know.
Probably not info.
Yeah, something like that. Live video gear info? No. All right, I'll find it. Terrible. Again, I threw it up real quick. I haven't done anything.
Well, the plan is if I ever get back to the shop, now that I have this measured, because depending on which camera I've been on, because I've been on a couple different people's feeds, is how wide I need it to be. Because on some of them it's like, oh look, they're great here, and then they go that wide angle. There's all the crap behind them that they were trying to cover. So now that I know about what I have for it, I probably just print out a banner with a bunch of fun stuff on it and be good to go on it. But
nice. Oh yeah, the wide view, man.
Yeah.
My wife's got to clean up her suction over there. I was kidding.
She's probably dead from all the burpees you made her do.
Probably. All right. I didn't make her do this. This was her and her little oil friend. That
her little oil friend.
Well, the lady that she had on her live the other day that we buy our oils from, and the lady started this thing, and then on day 5, she hurt her shoulder, and it was like, okay, well, I'm out, but you guys keep going.
Yeah, see? That's how I go.
Todd, it says Sharon asks if I have a question for you. How's the best way? Email or messenger? How many emails do you have right now?
If you email me, I will open it. Currently, I'm at 200 emails. I was down to like 4, but like I've been getting hammered with everybody and their mothers. You know, here's the stuff for the PPP, and here's the stuff for this, and here's the stuff for that. Because on Friday, that's when, if you're the self contractor, independent contractor, you'll be able to apply for that stuff. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, because at the end of this, it still scares me to think, hey, whatever I take out over that 2.5 multiplier, whatever, that, is nobody knows for sure how they are going to forgive it or what the requirements are, if it's so much per payroll. So, it sounds like they're giving out the money and they're getting it into your account within a week. And once you get everything filed, because I saw somebody got theirs today. But on that backside of it, so say you took out 50K and they deem that you did not spend that properly. Well, guess what? They want their money back in 2 years. So that's a big chunk to come off of and figure that out. And I'm assuming that will get extended out because they have terms on it, but it still scares me to take a loan out for something like that. So I'm going to go as far as I can without having to take out a loan or anything, and just keep hustling and go with that. And if there's a chance that I can take that and then use that to, advance the business some, I'm definitely going to do it at that point. But you can email me, Todd at fatdadcd.com, and I will answer that tonight.
Excellent. All right. So Dax says 4-ish. So yeah, 4:30. That's 4-ish. So I think we're good there. Christine says I did 45 minutes of weights and cardio today. If anybody's keeping track, high five. Good job.
I ate a steak and a half and 2 burgers for breakfast.
If anybody's keeping track. And Christine says, and that was 45 minutes in one day, Todd.
Christine, you're more of a woman than I am. I told you I'll do it. I'll die, but I'll do it.
All right. So I did find my website, by the way.
Great. Livevideogear.info. What was it? What were you typing in? I thought it was info.
I think I hit a comma instead of a period. So
yeah, if you need a green screen, because as we can create fun stuff like this, we should totally just do a thing on that, and on here's StreamYard and how it works, and that'd be a fun little episode of things to do.
Indeed. All right. Well, speaking of that stuff you were talking about with the loans and all that other stuff, reminder on Saturday, Emil from anchorbookkeeping.com. He's an actual CPA, not like my dad, who was former CPA. And he will be joining us Saturday, 10 a.m. Central Time. I had to move it back because he is on the West Coast. And since he is giving his time for free, not billable hours, fortunately for me, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to make you get up at 6 a.m. to join me here. So
if you did, I was going to make you pay for it. So
yeah,
you're like, okay, what time?
Yeah, I would have too, for sure. So speaking of that, I actually have a call with him in 5 minutes. So
sweet. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you tomorrow, 4:30.
4:30. See you tomorrow.
See ya. Bye.